Okay, let's just dive right in. Today, we're going to unpack the psychology behind a very specific and, let's be honest, wildly popular type of online video. You know the ones, the videos that promise to explain you to yourself. I mean, seriously, have you ever been scrolling and a title just stops you in your tracks? It feels like it was written just for you, like it tapped into some secret corner of your mind. It's a kind of strange, super compelling feeling, right? Well, that's not an accident. You see a title like this one, and it just grabs you. Because maybe you've always felt a little scattered, jumping from one hobby to the next, never settling down. Or maybe this is the one that gets you. It takes this label, the black sheep, which might have always felt kind of negative, and it promises to flip the script, to show you a hidden strength. Or what about this classic? If you talk to yourself when alone, you probably have these four unique traits. All of a sudden, this slightly quirky, maybe even embarrassing habit you have is being framed as a sign of pure genius. So, what is actually going on here? Behind all of these incredibly clickable titles, it's not just random luck. Nope, there's a clear, very repeatable, and really powerful formula at work. So let's break it down. The equation is brilliantly simple, almost like a magic trick. It takes a behavior that tons of people share, something common, totally relatable, maybe even something you're a little insecure about, and it draws a direct line from that to a rare, special, or totally misunderstood positive trait. And you can see this formula in practice right here. Being always late isn't a character flaw anymore. It's a psychological trait worth exploring. Hating small talk, that's not being antisocial. There's a whole psychology behind it. And my personal favorite, if you can't stick to anything, you don't lack discipline, you have the polymath advantage. It's an absolute masterclass in rebranding our everyday quirks. But here's the real question, right? Why does this work so well? I mean, why is this simple little equation so ridiculously irresistible to our brains?
What's that secret ingredient that makes us feel so seen, so deeply understood, that we just have to click to find out more about ourselves?
Well, the answer lies in a really well-known cognitive bias called the Barnum effect. This is basically our built-in tendency to take vague, general descriptions and believe they were written specifically and uniquely about us. Just think of it as the fortune cookie principle. You crack one open and it says, "You have a great capacity for love." Well, duh, that could apply to millions of people. But in that moment, it feels like it's talking directly to you. These video titles are basically just digital fortune cookies for our personalities. But it doesn't stop there. It gets even better. This kind of content does something even more powerful. It takes the things we see as our flaws and magically reframes them as our secret superpowers. So instead of thinking, "Oh, my overthinking is driving me crazy," a title like this suggests it's actually a marker of a rare and complex personality. It's an instant, powerful reframe from a negative into a positive. Or this one, ever felt like a failure because you can't just master one thing? Well, according to this, you're wrong. You just have the polymath advantage. It offers such an empowering, way more flattering story for a struggle that so many of us have. And this is just a perfect example. A behavior that society often labels as weakness or being too emotional is suddenly flipped and repackaged as solid proof of a rare and profound kind of strength. Now that is an incredibly validating message. So, when you put it all together, you've got the formula, the Barnum effect, this brilliant reframing. What you get is this potent cocktail that taps directly into some of our most fundamental, most human needs. The reasons this all works are so deep-seated. We crave simple labels to help us make sense of ourselves. We have this profound desire to just feel understood. And let's be real, we all want to feel a little bit special, right? Ultimately, we're all just looking for a positive story about who we are. These videos promise all of that in one single, irresistible click. So what's the big takeaway here? What does the huge popularity of this stuff really tell us about ourselves and our search for identity in the modern world? I think it really boils down to this. Life is complicated. Figuring out who you are is a messy, confusing, lifelong job. And this content, it offers a shortcut. It's a simple, neat, and very flattering explanation that just makes us feel good about our perfectly messy human selves. And that leaves us with one last, kind of provocative question to chew on. In this age of endless content that's tailored just for us, are we genuinely discovering who we are, or are we just sort of assembling our identity, one validating click at a time. It's definitely something to think about the next time you're scrolling.